welcome to a very special edition of the NRLW Wrap. It's all brought to you by Westpac on the eve of Women's State of Origin 1. We've got an all-star panel for you today. We're going to go into both camps and also take a look at a day in the life of a professional athlete. Can you believe one of them gave birth just 6 months ago? Lav is back with the social lab. We'll have a bit of fun with that. But before we talk tactics, here's a taste of the fire, the passion and the emotion coming your way tomorrow night.
This is how bullshit do.
State of Origin is underway. Look out. Chapman. Yeah, he's a run. Gives it to Sanchez. Oh, what a pass from Kelly.
This is how bullshit do. Bullshit killing it. Bullshit approve. All the bullshit spilling it.
Queensland hit back. What a tackle. Brown.
This is how bullshit moves.
Spectacular rugby league. Flying from the corner. The stage is set for history to be created.
This is how bullshit move. This is how bullshit do. Bullshit killing it.
Oh yes, it truly is the greatest rivalry in Australian sport, and if that does not get you fired up, I'm telling you, nothing else will. Great to have your company here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. I'm Emma Lawrence alongside two superstars, Allana Ferguson. Hello to you, Allana.
Hey, Em.
Pumped up and ready to go.
Hey, ready to go, ready to strap the boots on after that.
And Emma Verren, welcome. A bit different for you this year.
Oh,
Usually you're playing, but we're very happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I know, same as Allana. I am absolutely chomping at the bit to get out there, but we'll skip it this year.
And for those who aren't across the news, you're now 27 weeks pregnant. Is that correct? Big
Yes.
Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Yeah, feeling pretty good, to be honest. Can't complain. Training's starting to slow down a little bit. Can't really run anymore, but still trying to get around the girls as much as I can and make sure I'm in the best position to come back.
Well, we're very happy to have you here alongside us, and I know you'll be cheering on the Blues, that is for sure. Let's take a look at the three fixtures coming up over the next couple of weeks. So tomorrow night, yes, we are heading to McDonald Jones Stadium for the series opener. Then for Magic Round, this will be Game 2 up at Suncorp Stadium. And then for the very first time in Women's Origin history, Game 3 will be at Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. And all three matches, as always, will be exclusive, live and free right here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. So much to look forward to across the series. But ladies, if you had to put your finger on one thing, what are you most looking forward to? Em, you can go first.
I think for me, Game 1 in Newey, I think the fans always come out there, rain, hail or shine. They absolutely love it. And then for the game itself, like, Origin just takes you to another level as a player. You know, the hits are bigger, the runs are harder, and everybody just lifts that extra level. So I am so pumped for tomorrow night.
The Blues do need to lift, though, so that, I don't know if you can call it a hoodoo after 2 games, but the Maroons have won both games there.
Come on, Em.
Two games will create a story out of nothing. But anyway, I know you're confident, Allana, that the Blues will definitely retain the Shield this year.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm like Em, we've been starved of women's footy all year, so can't wait to see Origin back on our screens. But look, I think we'll see that again at the end of the series. Last year they won 2 from 3. I think this might be the year that we see the clean sweep from the New South Wales Blues. But yeah, I just can't wait to see them keep that shield nice and proudly up in the air. But I tell you what, we've got a few tough games of footy coming our way before that happens.
We'll dive into the team lineups a little bit later on, but just some of the big ins and outs off the top of the show. Tegan Berry is one of the great stories of this year's series. She actually nearly gave up footy at the end of last year because she'd been, you know, trying to get a representative jersey. We saw her in the under-18s Origin, and she finally gets her crack. She scored 41 tries in NRLW, second all-time in history. Allana, it is just the most incredible story.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it, Em? And good to see that she got this opportunity through hard work and determination. And I think I'm alongside everyone else just so glad that she kept at it, because she is one of the genuine superstars in our game. She has lit the stage up, Tegan Flash Berry, in the NRLW for years now, and now we get to see her, like Em said, on that next level playing footy on the Origin stage and in that arena. So couldn't be happier for Tegan Berry for doing all the hard work to get to this point. And yeah, can't wait to see her in a Blues jersey. How good's that?
And for the Maroons, Shante Kiriaratu will be alongside Lauren Brown in the halves. So
Yep.
a debut for Shante. She did play with Lauren at the Titans in 2023, but although she's young, you know her very well from her time at the Sharks last year. Tell us, why is she up for the job?
Oh, I know. It's such a sweet story, isn't it? Shantae is so sweet and her family are just beautiful. I know they'll be there in absolute droves supporting her. But, yeah, she kind of came to the Sharks. She was a little bit quiet at the start and then kind of toward the back end of the season, she really found her groove and she's so calm on the field. She will just take it in her stride and she also takes her opportunities when they come. You know, she has that running game in her as well as an awesome kicking game. And I think that will support Lauren really well by giving Queensland those two options.
So there's 3 debutants in total for the Maroons that will be taking the field. So Phoenix Rain Hippai as well, and then Atessa Pule. So considering the extra experience that the Blues have, yes, sure, the Blues will come in favourites, but also some of those young Maroons, Allana, they'll be coming into this just backing themselves and full of confidence.
Yeah, without a doubt, Em. And look, that can't always help you coming in as favourites and having that extra bit of experience. Of course, they've lost a lot of experience, and that'll definitely be a talking point throughout this Origin series, but it gives these women a huge opportunity. Atessa Pule in a Maroons jersey, I think that's a scary thought. So, yep, they'll certainly make the most of this opportunity, and they've played really great NRLW footy that's put them in this position and obviously trained really well. We know the girls have had that 6-week training block in the lead up, but prior to that, everyone did their own training and they do a lot. They go above and beyond what they're necessarily dished out to do, so they'll all be primed, ready to go. But yeah, those players in those Maroons jerseys, they'll be putting up a fight. We know they will. And
what would worry you most about that Maroons lineup this year?
Oh, I can't go past Tamika Upton, to be honest. I think being named as captain, like this will step her up another level. She'll want to take that team on her shoulders and she can kind of create something out of nothing. And I think having Shantae there, that's, you know, might be a little bit on the quiet side. I think Tamika will kind of come onto the ball a lot more and take control, and she does it every year.
Yeah.
She's very bad at sitting back and watching, isn't she? She won't wait for an opportunity, Tamika.
Exactly. She'll just go and get the ball whenever she wants and do something freaky Meakes. So, yeah, I can't go past her.
Well, let's hear from Freaky Meaky now. And we mean that in the most respectful way, honestly. The new skipper is with Adam Murray.
Thanks, Emma. I'm joined by the Maroons skipper, Tamika Upton. Tamika, first, congratulations on being named captain of the Maroons. You must be incredibly proud.
Yeah, definitely. Proud moment for myself and my family, but I think what we're building here with this squad, with this staff is really special, so I'm just honoured to be a part of it.
Obviously, you shared the duties with Ali Brigginshaw last campaign. No Ali this time. Does it feel different?
It definitely does. In and around camp, it's really weird not having her here, but she has popped in and out, which has been really nice. But I think, yeah, just seeing all these young ones come through is definitely a refreshing sort of feel.
Not having Ali around, I imagine for you, obviously being the captain yourself and the others who have been around the space for a lot longer, probably have to step up a little bit more with these debutants coming in?
Yeah, definitely, and we're pretty fortunate we have some really good leaders in their own right, in clubland and just with the standards and everyday actions that they do. So we're pretty fortunate to have that in our squad, and we're just fortunate that the young ones coming through have had a couple seasons of NRLW under their belt. They've been killing it, so yeah, it's just a matter of putting it out there on Thursday.
We mentioned 5 debutants lining up for the Maroons, game 1, big occasion. Can you tell us about these new faces that we're going to see tomorrow night?
Yeah, massive occasion, but to be honest, they're ready for it, which, you know, as a leader is very comforting. They've come in with a lot of confidence, just backing their ability, which I think is the most important part. We've got Atessa Pule, who's a Kiwi international, so she's been a part of big games. She's played for the Roosters grand final, so she's born for this occasion. And I think the other young ones that we have, Phoenix Hippai, I think she's one to watch for the future, definitely. And you know, I look at these girls and think the future of the Maroons is in good hands.
Nathan Cross, new coach. What's changed? What's different? And what's the environment like under Crossy?
Oh, he's an absolute legend. Firstly, I think off-field, he's very relaxed. And I think in this environment, you know, we train so hard in the lead up to this. So we're fit, we're ready to go, and you don't necessarily need that tension and the intensity. Obviously, when you step over on the training paddock, you do need the intensity, but off that, I think he brings such a chill vibe. I think he brings out the best in the players.
And for those watching at home, as we can see, what have you got in your hands right here? It's very special to the Maroons. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so this is a digging stick. It was given to us, was made by a traditional elder on the sunny coast. So she come into camp, told us a few stories about her country, and we all sort of sat in as a squad, and anyone who's made their debut has put their fingerprint on it, and it gets added to each time. So I think the big part about this is the connection. There's a story behind it. There's a story behind the people that were in the room when this was given to us and was created, and it still continues to be a story.
I imagine that'll be a pretty special moment for these 5 debutants to add to this stick.
Definitely, and I think, putting this jersey on, being a part of this story, I think is going to be a really special moment for them and their families.
Tamika, you know Newcastle quite well. You've won 2 premierships here. What's it like coming back to Newcastle? Obviously, you've got the run of wins so far here in Newcastle. Why is that, and what do you need to do well tomorrow night?
I just think away from, obviously home is really good, but when you're away, you have to really band together as a unit, and I think we've really done that on our away trips as a squad. The weather here is beautiful so far. I won't say that too soon, but I just think, it's all made for the occasion. The crowd always comes out. Probably a hostile crowd, but it makes for the environment, and I think the girls are ready for the occasion.
Well, Tamika, all the best, and all the best as skipper as well, and go well tomorrow night.
Beautiful, thank you.
And Emma, we cannot wait for this one, Game 1 of State of Origin here in Newcastle.
Bring it on. Thank you, Adam. Coverage tomorrow night from 7:30 p.m. Exclusive, live and free right here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. And you can still grab your tickets. So head online now, nrl.com/tickets. All right, stay with us. Coming up, we are going to go inside the New South Wales Inner Sanctum and chat to Ruan Sims. We'll also shine a spotlight on Mille Elliott's incredible journey back after the birth of her beautiful daughter, Gigi. Look at her. Our social expert, Lavender Baj, is back in the lab to cook up everything you need to know about this year's Origin players. We'll be back in just a moment. You are watching the NRLW Wrap, thanks to Westpac.
Everything changes when you have a baby. They become everything to your whole world. I guess throughout the pregnancy and, those first few weeks and months after Gigi was born, it was, just trying to give yourself that period of time to just enjoy it, but also knowing that you've got to switch on and start getting back training in the gym, all your physio, take care of all of that. Your strength, your running, your contact, there's so many aspects of rugby league that we need to be able to tick off before we can play. And I was lucky in the fact that when I had Gigi, I had enough time to get back. I'm gonna get you. Definitely those first few weeks, those first few months were very hard. Being a mum is the best ever. It's the best job in the world. Closely followed by rugby league. That's the second best job in the world.
Let's check in and see how the locals are feeling.
I definitely missed it when I was pregnant, just because of your friends that become family in the teams that you're in. Gave me a little bit of a taste of, when footy's over, what it's going to be like.
Millie Boyle brush away from 1, 2, looks to brush away from 3, 4, gets to the line and scores! Millie Boyle, what a superstar, what a try!
I guess when you put it into perspective of, you work so hard to play in the NRLW and to play for your state and to play for your country, but being a mum trumps that.
Great run.
So let's go to training. I was just excited to get back into training and into the routine of week in, week out training with the girls, and to be able to now be selected and to be playing, it's quite surreal.
So today we'll break it up in more detail when we get into the drills.
I know it'll definitely hit me when I'm out there that this is a lot harder than I remember.
Elliott, look at Millie go. As Mille Elliott crashes into the Maroons' defence. That's a good tackle.
I'm just so excited about the opportunity to be back playing and to be representing New South Wales, and such a great team that we've got and such a great connection between the players and staff, and we just want to go out there and make everyone proud.
New South Wales in a huddle. It's absolutely sensational, the atmosphere.
I remember looking at photos of my dad and I when he was playing on the field at the games and watching and being there, and now that she's going to be there and I get to do the same with her, is pretty surreal.
The siren signals victory for New South Wales.
So lucky that I get to do this, and this is what I get to call work.
A superstar player and a superstar mum as well. I don't think it's a surprise for anyone to see Mille Elliott back on the field, and I'm sure that the assistant coach from the Blues, Ruan Sims, very much shares in this opinion. I'm pleased to say she joins us now on the NRLW Wrap. Ru, thanks so much for coming on. You've been able to witness firsthand the comeback from Mille in camp. Can you tell us what's impressed you the most from this absolute weapon?
G'day, Em. Well, she's been absolutely fantastic. She's such a professional, as we know, but she just hasn't missed a beat. She's been ripping in and tearing in at every single training session. She's hungry for more. And Gigi's actually been in camp with us as well, so we get to see both sides of Mille and the balancing act that she actually does do. We've seen some great players come through and do this in the past. Sam Bremner was one, Corbin Baxter as well, who was also in the squad this year. And now it's Mille's turn. Emma, Verren, you'll get to do this very soon too. We're going to see more and more of this, and I think it's so exciting to see these women juggle it and just how good they actually are, and Mille is at the pinnacle of that.
Oh, so cute, Rui. Hope camp's been well. We've got Jocelyn Kelleher named at 6. Can you tell us what we can expect from her halves pairing with Jessie Southwell?
Yeah, I think Jossie just forced her way into that 6 role. I mean, we saw what she did with the Roosters last year. She was absolutely fantastic, and I think she's a great offsider for Jessie Southwell. The two of them have great boots. They've got really good footy IQ and game awareness, so I think we'll be expecting Jossie just to take her 6 role. She's got a nice kick on her as well, like I said. She won't overplay her hand, but she'll take all the opportunities that get thrown at her. And I think I've been really impressed with her over this training block too. I think she's really settled into that role, and she's got a nice big voice on the field. So I can't wait to see how she does on the weekend, on tomorrow night. But I tell you what, I was so excited because when I found out that her dad found out she was actually starting at number 6, he had a little tear in his eye, so that made me really proud on her behalf because I know how hard she's worked to get here.
That's the best. And John Strange still kept a spot for Tiana Penatani-Gray. She moves to the back row. What have you liked about that shift?
Well, I tell you what, I think you can't leave Tiana Penatani-Gray out of any team. If she's in the mix and she's fit and healthy, you have to find a place for her. And I tell you what, we had her in at edge back row for all of 13 minutes in a trial game, and that was enough to seal it. She's got such great footwork, she's so strong, and she's got such a smart footy brain. She could throw her in anywhere, and I think she's actually tied or is the first female player to play 4 positions in an Origin, but there's also one male player who's done that in the past too. So can you imagine being that talented and that good that you can play 4 positions at Origin and kill it in all of them?
Yeah, she's an absolute freak, isn't she? Let's quickly talk about Queensland, Roo. Obviously a change in their halves, but the big threat for me is Tamika Upton. Her involvement will likely go up even more now. Is that how you're sort of seeing it? And how's New South Wales planning for Tamika Upton as their fullback?
I think there's threats across the park for Queensland, and Tamika is obviously the focal point of that because of how good she is. First female player to win that Dally M twice. She's absolutely incredible, and you've always got to be on your toes whenever she's sniffing around, and she can create something out of nothing. So the good thing for Queensland is as well, though, if you focus on her, there's so many other threats that open up. So I think as an opposition, you just need to make sure that you give the respect that's due, but also don't take your eye off anyone else because Lauren Brand will make you hurt. I'm excited for Shante Kirioratu to see how she goes. Obviously not too excited because we're playing against her, but it's great to see her get that opportunity as well. And I think there's some really big forwards too. So it is going to be an absolute cracker. And as you can see behind me, Newcastle are turning on the weather. So long may it continue.
Fingers crossed. We're very excited for you, Ru. Thanks so much for coming on, and we'll see you up there tomorrow night.
Thanks, guys. Can't wait.
Ruan Sims, assistant coach of the Blues and also part of our family here at Nine's Wide World of Sports. But it's time to say a big hello now to Lav over in the social lab. She's across everything that's happening on social media. Lav, tell us what have the teams been up to so far in camp?
The girls have been having so much fun in camp, as they always do. The Blues have been doing a bit of a throwback. They're talking about the Vine days. I don't know if you were a big Vine person, but there were some really funny Vines back in the day. They're talking about what was their favourite, what lives rent-free in their head. But this doesn't win my social post of the week because Queensland, I hate to say it, they came for my heartstrings with a name that you can't pronounce. Shanae Sizolka went around asking the girls how to pronounce her name, and it was a humbling experience to say the least for them.
What's a line that lives in your head rent-free?
The one that's like,
Okay, let's go. Free Shavakadu. Look at all those chickens.
I don't want no ravioli.
It's freaking bats.
How do you pronounce or say my last name?
Shizuoka?
Okay. Shizuoka. No, you had it right the first time.
Oh, Shizuoka.
All right, how do you spell it?
C-I-S-E-L. Oh, wait. I don't know.
Yeah, it was! Sinead Shizuoka. Shizuoka.
Oh, hell no!
I wouldn't be able to spell it. I don't know how many times I've seen it. Could you? No, it's tough.
I try. It's one of those when she scores, I try and follow the lead caller and wait for their pronunciation to copy it very quickly. Yeah, it's a say it fast rule, that's for sure.
You just copy them. Now, I'll hand it over to you now, Em.
Yes, Lav, we're excited to see what the girls have been up to in the off-season.
The girls have been, love has been in the air in the off-season for all of the girls. Keely Davis got married, Jess Surgis got engaged. The girls are living their best life. Indy Bostock moved up to the Gold Coast. I feel like it's a good omen to start the season, that the girls are all happy, they're all loved up. We've seen some beautiful wedding photos, some beautiful engagement photos. They are just living their best life off the field and hopefully on the field as well.
What are the fans pumped for, Lav?
Oh, we talk a lot about debates on the field, but there is a big debate happening off the field when it comes to stadium snacks. There is the meat pie crowd, there's the chips crowd. I'm a meat pie girl personally, but I want to know what you guys think. We've got meat pies at 52% of the public vote, but you guys are the experts here. So
I honestly don't think I've been at a single rugby league game this year and not had hot chips.
Oh, hot chips to me. I think I need the salt as well at the moment.
I mean, if they're both there, I'll take them, but I couldn't imagine watching a game of footy without hot chips.
We literally have hot chips. We don't even have to ask for the hot chips now.
We're very lucky.
A beautiful Clancy and Jade, who work with us, always bring us our hot chips. So love you both. Love your work, Lav, as well. Stay with us here on the NRLW wrap, all thanks to Westpac. There's still plenty more coming up in the show. We go inside Queensland camp, we'll break down both teams and also take a look at the jerseys firsthand in studio. See you in just a moment.
Do you ever get that feeling that someone's following you? Always. Come behind the scenes for Queensland camp. Let's start with some brekkie. BYO avo, because I'm very picky with my avos. We've got some poachies, some bacon, and that should fuel me for 2 hours. Remember we got asked to do a duet thing for something once? And you were meant to sing and I was going to play guitar. To the window, to the wall.
Like I've said from day one, our job of sort of picking this team's really hard. And you girls have made it even harder, which is terrific.
If we do something, it doesn't work, that's okay. We just keep going and don't throw everything out the window and go, oh, it's not working. We just stick to our processes.
Get the steam that was coming out of some of your ears, put it back in, and think about your game. We're good with that? Go and put your best foot forward.
I might do some more bombs. That's a wrap. We've just got back to the hotel after a big morning, big hit out this morning. The girls are absolutely knackered and so am I. So I'm probably just going to head off for a little nap. Next time I see you, we'll be in Newcastle when we're running out for Origin. Queenslander.
Oh, how good is she, Lauren Brown? Thanks to Queensland for taking us inside their camp. Now, one woman who will certainly be looking to play off Lauren Brown and also finding her own space, Tamika Upton. For me, she's Queensland's most influential player, and I want to have a look at a couple of areas of her game where I think she can do the most damage on the analyzer. Now, this first one is a scenario which I think it'll look quite different throughout the game, but you'll see Tamika Upton here starting in first receiver. Obviously, the inexperience in the halves at the moment, but Tamika loves coming into that first receiver role. Just have a look at her setting up here. And then the key, obviously, for Tamika Upton is that she doesn't die on any plays. So she's given it to her second receiver, one of the most trustworthy women in the game in Julia Robinson, and then it's that support play back on the inside. She doesn't love sitting back and just letting the game go on Tamika. She'll be constantly looking to make her mark on the game, and I think we'll find her in first receiver more times than we won't for Queensland. The other big threat is how we give Tamika Upton the ball. So the kicking game for New South Wales, in particular Jessie Southwell, they'll just have to be very cautious of this scenario. Tamika obviously is the fullback for Queensland, so she'll be set up back in this position. And again, just her ability to be able to read the scenario and know where the biggest threats are. She'll offload to her winger out here, but again, it's that support play from Tamika Upton back on the inside. And the key for New South Wales in this scenario is just making sure that they stay very connected in defence, keep pushing, because have a look at her, she's behind here, but just that genuine speed, constantly telling them what to do, that genuine speed, inside support, and she'll just make that last minute sniff and make them pay. So a huge threat all across the park, but I think the way we give her the ball and limit those options, and certainly being wary of her Emma at first receiver, that's a big job for New South Wales.
Certainly is. Thank you, Allana. Come on back over on the couch as we dive a little bit into this this Queensland lineup. I know you hate to talk about the Maroons, but I'm going to make you do it. One of the other shifts, I guess, for them is that Jada Ferguson is starting at hooker over the more experienced Destiny Brill. And I know some may think that's a surprise, but Jada Ferguson at club level has been in incredible form. So it's a really great reward for her, isn't it, Em?
Yeah, it really is. And for me, it's a bit of a no-brainer, to be honest. I think her running game is a lot better than Destiny's. She comes onto the ball a lot more, and she also doesn't mind a cheeky kick. And I think that will kind of add to the game, especially near the line. But yeah, how do you see it, Allana?
Yeah, I like it. I think she's a really impressive hooker in our game, and I'm like you, Em. The fact that she's always willing to threaten first, she has a really good judgment of what's happening in and around the ruck. Obviously, her communication is great with her forwards coming onto the ball, but I just think her ruck recognition is really on point, and some of those connections with other players will be strong as well.
And we also get to see the first couple of players take advantage of the new eligibility rules. So Atessa Poulet and Brianna Clark are both going to be playing for the Maroons. Bri Clark actually did play a game back in 2021 before she then made the decision to play for the Kiwis, but it's awesome to see them get this opportunity, isn't it?
It's so exciting, and I think it's only going to strengthen our game. You know, those girls are going to bring so much to the game. I think Bri Clark, she's been around for a while. She's very experienced, and she's so tough. And Otessa, you know, we saw her play for the Kiwi Ferns at the back end of the year, and I thought this was when she really shone. And for me, she's one of the girls that I actually hate playing against because she is so tough and she runs so hard.
I'll be surprised if we don't see throughout this Origin series her maybe starting. Obviously, it's her first Origin game and she's coming off the bench to have that impact, which she will do very well. But if it doesn't all go right in camp throughout, she may get her chance at starting throughout as well, but a very dangerous player off the bench.
How much stronger will they be? And I guess both teams all round that over the next couple of years will slowly get to see players play at that international level and then strengthen State of Origin as well.
Yeah, well, that's what we want for Origin, right? It's we want the best of the best, and we need people that want to be in that jersey, and that's what this opportunity, I guess, creates for both the men's and the women's game, is that anyone that's grown up and loves Origin and bleeds blue or feels the same about that Maroons jersey, they'll have that in them from the get-go, and they'll do everything they possibly can to be in that jersey. That's what we want.
So they'll bleed for these jerseys. We've actually got them both.
Keep that one.
Can I make
there.
you? Can I make that one up?
Get that rubbish away.
Has it changed from?
No, we can hold it up. I'm joking.
We're going to be neutral here, so
you can be the neutral one.
Yeah, we'll keep this one over
Take a look at the Blues one first. Is that similar design to you from last year?
It actually feels a lot different. Last year's was like a bit thicker, a little bit silky. This one feels really stretchy. What was the word you used
It's like
before?
neoprene. It's a bit like a thin wetsuit. It's very breathable. They look great.
But the girls will get them tailored, and you know, they'll get them skin tight. So it'll be very hard to, grab a jersey or anything like that.
They do look great. They do them well. I remember my first ever Origin jersey.
Oh, me
Laurie
too.
Jaley presented it to me and I was
They would have been a
swimming
sack.
in it.
Covered my shorts.
We do it well now.
Did
We're
you
up
keep
to
them all?
scratch. Yeah. What my mum did, bless.
Oh,
Hope they're
it's-
framed.
Yeah, it's special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cool. It's
This
very cool.
For just
love
for
that.
the interest of being neutral, this is the beautiful maroons one, and it does actually have a cool. They've got the little 3D.
That is very cool.
Sort
that's
of
nice.
Give them that.
Yeah.
We'll give them
So that's well done. I'll give you a shout out, the Maroons, even though those two won't. There's still plenty more coming up here on the NRLW Wrap, all thanks to Westpac. Allana is going to break down the New South Wales team. We have a special shoot with Romy Teitzel, and Lav is back with some very big NRLW news.
Hello, I'm Romy Teitzel, and you're here today with the Queensland Maroons women's team. Let's go behind the scenes and see what the girls are up to. This is Roaming with Romy. Sinead, come on, tell everyone the car that you pulled up in today. Don't lie.
It's a pink tank.
It's giving Barbie's dream house. Favourite TikTok trend?
There was like wait, what's that one where he's like something about a bazooka and a grandma?
Favourite roommate?
Well, trying to tune my ear off for a good 3 days.
Valid.
This is Roaming with Rory, and we're leaving Romy behind. We're replacing the M with an R.
I'm back. Wait. We missed the main character. Main character. Shotboard champion of the world! Some of the girls do some weird things while we're waiting. This can take a little while, but I've just spotted someone reading a Kindle. What are you doing today? The team wants to see what's your best dance move. Come on, I just saw you busting out. Show me right now. Go. Ooh. Go-fee. Ooh. Hey guys, that's Roaming with Romy. We've seen what the girls are up to. We can't wait for the Origin series here in 2026. See you soon.
How good, Romy. A couple of stitch-ups for your teammates. Hopefully that stays off the field. Now, look, I've geared up the Westpac Red Zone Analyser, and I really want to have a look at New South Wales halfback, Jessie Southwell, an outstanding player, but the game is in her hands and her decision-making. So a couple of places where she's really dangerous in and around this Westpac Red Zone. If you have a look at her shape and where she lines up, I think she can be really threatening when she gets a little bit wider and gets it second off. So just have a look at Jessie Southwell here, sitting out the back of shape, so that she can target that left edge defensively. Now, her timing onto the ball is perfect, as always, but this is the first thing that I want to show you about Jessie Southwell. Just have a look at her body. She's got a really strong frame, and you'll always see Jessie holding the footy in two hands. That means that she's a threat herself. She's got a really dangerous stepping game. She likes coming back on the inside, so the defence already know that, but she constantly is looking at them. Now, her target here is the opposition half, Sahara Temera, and she makes sure that she targets that. So again, that's why getting the footy out that little bit wider makes her even more of a threat, and she'll just keep running until she gets there. Loves digging into the line, Jessie Southwell. Then she's got her support on the right edge in that little bit of shape. Nice little double pump to her centre. It goes through, and then beautiful support play from the edge players. But such a ball-running threat herself, that really opens up the ball-playing game of Jessie Southwell. And then the other really obvious one is her kicking game. She's got an outstanding kicking game, really great variety of kicks as well. This one's just a contestable kick inside that Westpac red zone. You can see that we're creeping up to it here. So just the weight on Jessie Southwell's kick here is elite. She's obviously a right foot kicker, so she's set up on the right side of the ruck, which just allows her to get a really good kick execution. She goes quite quickly. See how she does that before the defence is there to make sure she gets a nice touch. And then these edge support, they'll push for Jessie Southwell. A great contestable kick. Now, like any good half does, she doesn't die on that play. She's there in support, always looking to attack Jessie Southwell, and just reignites that right edge attack again. So, look, a huge attacking threat, both with the ball on the boot and her running game. I can't wait to see what she gets done for New South Wales.
Yep, she can truly do it all. Thanks, Allana. One of the other great storylines heading into tomorrow night and the series as a whole, is Yasmin Meakes up against Lauren Brown. Like, they have played against each other at this level before, but they're best mates, forged their friendship back when they played union. So What will this be like for them? I mean, I know they've done it before, but it's quite unique.
I feel like this enemy-frenemy business just gets bigger and better every year. I really hope they're on the same edge now that Lauren's playing in the halves, so they can run at each other. And I actually remember one game that had a fake fight. Do you remember that? And they were geeing off at each other. But I think there's something about them that that competitiveness actually increases their performance. So I think this is going to be a good one to watch.
Yep, it just further adds to the greatest rivalry in Australian sport. We are very excited, and there's still plenty more to come here on the NRLW Wrap, all thanks to Westpac. We're going to take a look at some of the big signings in the NRLW. That's not too far away, and Lav has plenty more from the Social Lab C to Z. Welcome back to the NRLW Wrap, all thanks to Westpac. Let's just take a moment to relive. I know it feels like a lifetime ago, but that incredible premiership from the Brisbane Broncos in season 2025, and in a few weeks it will all start once again. First week of July, every game live and free right here on your home of Rugby League 9's Wide World of Sports. Also, there's been lots happening off the field, so let's head back to Lav in the Social Lab. What's the latest news for our NRLW stars?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff happening off the field. There's a lot of baby fever going around. We've had quite a few pregnancies. Rakia Horn gave birth to twins. Look how adorable they are. We are seeing heaps of players falling pregnant, players coming back from pregnancy. It's just baby fever in the air at the moment in the NRLW.
Speaking of baby fever, this one directly affects me. Can you just give us a bit of an overview of the pregnancy policy?
So lucky that you're on the show this week because we've got a new policy in the NRLW. I'll put it up in front of you. We've got up to 12 months paid leave, safe alternative work. Clubs can bring in a replacement. The policy is also available for people who adopt or use surrogacy, and players who weren't the carrying parent are still eligible under this policy, which is so good to see. Lots of different leagues have different policies. I know, for example, in Norway, they are guaranteed an extra year in their contract if they fall pregnant at the end of their contract. But I think this is just really good for the game to make sure that we're keeping these players in league after they give birth.
Yeah, we're certainly doing well as a game, aren't we, Lav? What's trending on socials at the moment?
Oh, we've got some baby photos trending on socials at the moment to see what these players grew up to be. First up, we've got Ali Brigginshaw. Look at her. This is such a sweet story, seeing how these players ended up going on to achieve such incredible things in this game. We've got Loz Brown, and then we've got Tamika Upton. What a throwback for these girls, and to see how far the game has come in such a short period of time. And we've also got some for you guys. Look at this.
Oh my God.
No.
Thanks so much, Lav.
Just thought I'd chuck your baby photos up for you on national TV.
Stitch up, Lav.
That's what I'm here for.
Wow, someone's done some.
I said I was cooking something up in the lab, and it was a stitch up for you three.
I can see Parker in you.
Wow, looking as muscly as ever.
Strong as ever.
Nice headband. Stylish.
The headband was to keep my hair out of my
Very
face.
trendy.
The headband or braids. Yeah, that was the only reason, not because I was girly.
Any more social polls just before we let you go, Lav?
Oh, absolutely. In the spirit of people coming back from pregnancy, we put up a poll to see who people would rather run at the least. And in a surprise to absolutely nobody, nobody's taking their chances against Mille Elliott. Babies did not bring her down. She is still a fierce and feared competitor in this game, with 67% of people not wanting to run against her.
I wouldn't run at any of them, that's for sure. But
I didn't step.
It's a fair shout, though. Like, we haven't seen Millie on the footy field for a little while. She is going to be, I mean, she always is. Her engine is off the rails, but in absolute beast mode.
Yeah, I think she'll have a point to prove as well,
My
which
God.
I think will give her a little bit of extra motivation.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing her in action. Thanks once again to Lav in the Social Lab. Just before we do wrap things up, I can't believe it's almost July, really. We're 8 or so weeks and then NRLW is back. Let's focus on the Broncos, the NRLW premiers, but the ins and outs, it's crazy. So we had to list them all here for you. The big ins, yes, Jesse Southwell and Shannon Marto, but an exodus of players, really, and high-profile names there. You've got the likes of Shanae Sazolka, Gail Broughton heading back home to the Warriors, Mele Hufanga as well. But the big one, probably the one that was making headlines at the back end of last year, Allana, was Jessie Southwell. I know Joey was very upset. He didn't want it to happen and for the NRL to somehow step in. But anyway, she's going up there, which is wild to think that that's going to strengthen them even more. And they won the competition.
I don't know if I should say this or not, but I'm not so disappointed seeing the players that are leaving the Broncos. Let's share a little bit of love, but particularly those Warriors players. But yeah, look, this one, it's a hard pill to swallow for all Knights fans. The Broncos are such a well-established club. They're coming off a premiership and, well, Jessie Southwell, there she is, one of the great characters and plays in our game. She's an elite ball player. So to be going up and steering the ship for them is huge news for the Broncos, but really disappointing for the Newcastle Knights. And yeah, they're a club that was already had so much strength. Em, how do you sort of see that big move?
Yeah, I mean, I get it from a playing perspective. Like, you know,
course.
she's going to go up there, be under a great club. She's obviously very close with Tamika, played a number of seasons with her at Knights. So I do get it, but I think just for the game, it is disappointing. It kind of just feels like the scales are just always seem to be tipping in that direction. So yeah, I would have loved to see her stay at the Knights, but what
good
do
on
you do?
her. She wants to better her football, and if she thinks that's the right move, good on you, Jessie Southwell.
And just quickly, great for the Warriors as well.
Amazing.
That they've got some of their stars coming back home in Gail Broughton and Melle Hufanga, because I think when the Warriors are doing well in both the men's and women's competitions, the NRLW is doing well as a whole.
It's going to be so good for New Zealand, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. And like these big name players as well going back there. You're right, it's such a good news story within the women's game, and lucky Warriors that they have some passionate players that want to be back there with that jersey on.
I can't believe you're saying it.
She is one person I do.
You don't want to run at Melle. We know that.
Yeah, I think she'd be the top of my list. I don't want to have to tackle Melle.
That's true. Well, you won't have to for a little while. Anyway, stay with us here on the NRLW Wrap. We'll wrap it all up very shortly. Well, the wait is almost over. One more sleep until the greatest rivalry in Australian sport. Yes, New South Wales up against Queensland Women's State of Origin. Game 1 tomorrow night. We will see you up there at McDonald Jones Stadium. Coverage here exclusive, live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports from 7:30 p.m. And some tickets are still available, so jump online now at nrl.com/tickets. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Before we do go, we're going to get the girls to give us an unpopular opinion for tomorrow night. So, Allana,
an unpopular opinion. New South Wales to keep Queensland to 6 or less points.
Ooh.
I think they will warm up a little bit more throughout the series.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go with, I think, despite how good Tegan Berry is at fullback, I think she'll get put on at lock in the middle just to kind of roam around.
That's a good shout.
That's good. Is that inside info or just...
Just what I'm thinking up here.
Just your smarts. And Lav?
Or unpopular opinion, I think New South Wales are going to keep Queensland absolutely scoreless. It's going to go full Blue Castle.
So you said
clear
6, you said nil.
Well, someone had to throw the spanner in the works.
Wait, no, sorry. Did you say keep Queensland scoreless?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. All right.
Oh, I'm not going to...
Let's also toss in Mille Elliott with a double, hey?
Yeah. Can we say hat-trick? Is that
true? Chuck that in. Yeah, we can say hat-trick.
Mille Elliott hat-trick. Okay, you heard it here first. Everyone, hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for coming on. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Greg Inglis will be our special guest on the show in 2 weeks' time, and we'll see you all tomorrow night here on your home of Rugby League, Nine's Wide World of Sports.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.